So finally, I'm in the second part of this project. There were 4 interview questions to be answered in this task. The first one is, what questions do you need answered before you start designing the experience? So for answer this question, before designing experience, I would first like to know the business goals, business scope, and the business metric, or if there is any constraints of this project. And secondly, I would define the problem with the 5W and 1H method. So I would like to know who we are designing for, what problem are we going to solve, why we are going to solve this kind of problem, and when and where will the users use our product to solve the problem, and how this product will help user to solve the problem. The second one is, did you design your flows with different start points? In other words, not just onboarding, sign up, forget password, etc. So I know designing the user flows with different start point would provide the users more flexible and convenient ways to access whatever features they want. But so far in my project, I've designed around 3 general user flows, and yes, they're almost all from the sign up or login to point. So in the later, like in the lo-fi and hi-fi prototype, I will definitely design multiple paths for the users. The second question is, can you describe a time when the requirements changed in the middle of the project and how you handled that? And that was when I was working as a research analyst in the intergovernmental organizations. So we were working cooperatively on the project with the government, universities, and Ford foundations. So at the middle of the project, the stakeholder wants us to finish the project 1 month ahead of the deadline. So at that time, on one hand, I have to work pretty hard on my research project, but at the same time, I have provided as much resources and assistance to the universities and the government of whatever the resources they want, or whatever the output they want from me. So at that time, it is not easy to put other researchers, especially not from your organizations, to work hard on this project. But finally, we have worked cooperatively and successfully launched our report based on the requirement of the stakeholder. The last question is, what are the design tools in your tool build, and in what situation do you use one tool or method over another? Do you sketch with paper and pen? And will you be ready to prototype something in Sketch or in Vision? So far, I'm quite comfortable and confident about my user research tools. So it includes competitive analysis, user interview, user survey, user persona, user journey, and user flows. And in which situation do I use which tool? I would like to give an example of the user interview and user survey. So if I want to have more of the quantitative answers, for example, how many hours do the users sleep in the night, or scale 1 to 10, which level of fatigue does the user feel when they wake up? I would use more of the user surveys. But however, if I want to know of the qualitative answers, for example, what is the behavior of the users, and why do they have that kind of that behavior? For example, if the users sleep very late in the night, like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., I would like to dig deeper into why they have this kind of behavior. So I will use user interviews. So, do I sketch with paper and pen? Yes, I do. So, when I do the wireframe or prototype, I will first sketch with paper and pen because it makes me think very quickly. So, I will do the brainstorm first and then do a lot of revisions and iterations just with the pen. And after I feel comfortable and confident with my sketching, I will then ready to prototype it with the Figma or Adobe XD.